Hello everyone, I'm the Yorkshire Gardener and this is my weekly tour down on the allotment and garden for the 8th of May. It's Friday the 8th of May today. I'm not down at the weekend, so I filmed it a couple of days earlier so that I can show you around my plot and let you see how I'm getting on down here. I hope you enjoy the tour. Remember to click the subscribe button to stay up to date with all my updates, my tours, my diaries, my vlogs, my tips, everything gardening related, and feel free to check out the website link as well below afterwards to see where I share all my tips and advice. Right, let's get showing you around my allotment site. At the front of my plot, this is where I've planted all my spring bulbs and my alliums. If you can see, my allium is looking absolutely beautiful. That's the first one that's come out. I've got another one coming out soon. So yeah, my tulips are starting to all die off. I've still got these fancy ones which are still flowering really well. So I might plant some more of those next year if I can find them in the supermarket where I purchased them from. So yeah, they're all looking pretty good. Everyone asks me, what do I support, Wednesday or United? I say Wednesday, even though I've got a United tulip. So yeah, this one's really nice and look at how it is all spiky. Looks fantastic, that one. So yeah, they're all pretty much dying off now. I've got some more alliums there to come out, which will add some colour for when these die off. But I'm hoping to plant some flowers at the front as well to keep the colour there for the summer and looking beautiful and showing off the front of my plot, make it look nice. So down this side I've got some lilies popping through. I've still got some more still to pop through. They don't all seem to have taken, but we'll see if they come or not. Down the front of my plot I've got some beans which aren't popping through yet, and also down this side I think they're finally popping through my sweet peas. Look at them. So yeah, hopefully they'll all grow what I've planted in this compost here. They seem to be popping through now, so I'll have to put some netting up once they get going to fasten them up too. So I'm adding lots and lots of flowers this year. I want it to be absolutely blooming in colour. I've got some gladiolis growing. They're really good to grow. I've been sharing plenty of tips on my website regarding them, so have a look for that. I'll post a link below actually for that. Those are my blueberries. They're coming into flower. I planted those last year. I've not done anything with them this year. I've just left them as they are and they seem to have grown really well. So yeah, I need to read up on blueberries and see what to do with them. But for now I'm just leaving them because it seems to be working. My plum tree is getting absolutely loads and loads of plums on it, so it's going to be weighted down with all them plums. I know you meant to thin them out, but I didn't. I don't like thinning them out because I want as many plums as possible. Because this is my Victoria plum tree and it always does fantastic. I never have any problems with it. It doesn't fruit every year. It's like every third year it has a year off, so look at all them. So yeah, I've got some spring onions in here in this raised bed. I've planted them straight into the bed. I've read up that it's best off planting spring onions where you're planting them, so I've tried them in these beds first. I'm giving that a go. I have grown some in seed trays just in case as well, and as you can see in that bed over there I've also planted some and they're all popping through. They seem to be doing better. It's shaded more over that end, so whether that's why they're doing better, but we'll see. So this is my bamboo bush. That seems to be doing well. I keep giving it some water every day. It's not taking over, which I don't really want. I just want it as a nice little feature. That there is my goji bush. I probably planted it in the wrong place to be honest, but I'm leaving it there and seeing how it gets on with for the time being. So yeah, I can always move that another time if it's possible. Another lily plant popping through there. All the weeds are popping through. I weeded this on the other day. That's the thing with the sun and the watering. The weeds definitely grow. That's one thing that does grow. So down this side I've got some more gladioli bulbs popping through. I'm going to have plenty of colour for gladioli. And my rhubarb. I've picked a lot of rhubarb this week, so I've run out of rhubarb now. There's lots there, but it's not ready. It needs to thicken up before picking it. So I'm going to leave it about a week before picking any more. So yeah, my cooking apple tree is in blossom, looking beautiful. Just want the bees to help pollinate it all. If not, I'm going to get a paintbrush and start tickling them to pollinate them myself, because I definitely want some cooking apples to go with my rhubarb for crumbles and pies. Down this side is where all my broad beans are growing. They're doing fantastic. I'll put some netting behind them once they get big enough to fasten them onto, as I don't want them falling over onto my path. So yeah, everything down this side is looking pretty good. And these are some more fruit trees. As you can see, they're doing well. They've got fruit on them. They're all doing well. And my apple tree is getting leaf curl on it, silver leaf curl. So I'm going to have to read up on that and see what I need to do. If you've got any advice, please let me know in the comments below. As this is a really good cooking apple tree and I don't want to lose it. Not cooking, eating apple tree, I don't want to lose it. So let me know in the comments below. So yeah, let's take you around the other side. My lemon balm is doing fantastic, as always. I never have trouble with that. Down this side I've got more sweet peas growing in this bed in front of my shed. They're going to be fastened up to some netting when they get big enough. And I've also got some carrots amongst all these weeds. I'm either going to let the carrots grow bigger so that they're big enough to pull out the weeds, or I might pull the weeds out first. Which one do you reckon? Let me know what you think, whether I should pull the weeds out first or leave the carrots for the time being, because it's hard getting in between them. So yeah, let me know that. Down this side I've got lots of bindweed growing. I can definitely grow bindweed. If anyone's got any tips for bindweed, let me know. Apart from just keep pulling it out all the time, because it is a nightmare and it does get going fast. I think it grows like 6 inches a day. So I've got some radish in here. They've all taken well. You're meant to soak radish seeds where they're meant to go, but I didn't read that until afterwards, so I planted them first. So I'm going to grow some more straight into the ground, but these seem to be taking all right at the moment. That's my potatoes. The other day some were popping through, so I've covered them over with soil as they grow bigger, as that's what you're meant to do. You're meant to build them up. Some more potatoes. They're not popping through yet, so I've not covered them up yet. Down this side amongst all the weeds are growing fast. I'm going to have to get back to weeding soon around these. So I've got some beans growing. I'm growing lots of beans this year to see how they all get on. They seem to be taking, so fingers crossed I'm going to be eating lots and lots of beans. And apparently beans are good for your heart. The more you eat, the more you... I won't say. So these are all my strawberry plants. A lot of these are from last year. There's quite a lot of new plants this year which I've used to fill all the gaps in between them all, so that it's more fuller and more strawberries. I don't think fuller's a word, but yeah, I've got lots more strawberries growing this year, so I'm not expecting vast amounts of strawberries from the new plants, but fingers crossed we do get some. So I've still got a lot of gaps left to fill in between some of the strawberries, but for this year we've got plenty to be getting on with. So here is my garlic and my onions. I planted these in November. They're all doing well. I'm keeping them hoed every week. I give them a hoeing every week and I water them every few days. They seem to be doing well. Onions don't like weeds, so they don't like competing against weeds, so you need to keep them weed free. So they seem to be doing well at the moment. So yeah, let's see how well they do. I've never grown them in November before. I usually plant them April time, March, April time when I plant them potatoes. So it's a new thing to try this year. So you'll have to stay tuned to see how good they get. So that's a new one for me. Down this side are my summer raspberries. I planted them earlier this year. You're meant to plant them earlier in the year if you're moving summer raspberries. As they take better into the ground rather than planting them in the summer with the rain in the winter. So I planted them earlier this year and they seem to be taking well. And they're my spare strawberry plants to fill in the gaps. So I might move them next year because I don't want to really disturb them now. And this week my project was to clear all these 9 beds, which I've just completed today. I've only just managed it. I set myself a mission, but I managed to do it. So next week's task is to get them all painted, all screwed back together, because some of them are coming apart, and all the paths laid down so that it all looks presentable and decent, and it keeps the weeds down on the paths. So that is my plan this week. Towards the top, my plan is, after I've got all the beds ready and everything planted out, I'm going to make it a nice seated area round near the tree, so that it's in the shade and I can sit back and relax and watch everything grow on my plot. He says. I don't think anyone has a chance for sitting down and relaxing, do they, on the allotment? But that's the plan, and I'm hoping to put some compost bins as well at the top, because I need to start composting. That's one thing that I don't do at the moment, so I need to start composting. So the plan is to have some big compost areas to put all my weeds and my old vegetables, to start composting at the top of my plot. So yeah, because I do use a lot of compost on my plot, so I need to start composting as much as possible. So stay tuned to see how that gets on. Remember to subscribe, and then you'll be able to stay up to date with that. So let's go back down my plot and I'll show you in the shed, as I don't think I showed you on the live video last week what I was doing. Yeah, we'll show you. So in here I've got all my seeds growing. I've got absolutely loads of flowers growing. I'm going to be putting flowers around every single bed in my plot, and I've got 21 beds, and I worked out each bed will need about 48 plants, so it's going to be about 1,000 flower plants what I need going around my plot. So it's going to be absolutely glorious in summer for the bees and for the colour on my plot. But yeah, I've got lots of flowers growing. I've got some cauliflower growing, some black one, and I can't say the name of that one. So they're all growing well. Oh, a little spider. I don't like spiders in my house, but I don't mind them down on the plot. But yeah, look at that. So yeah, that's my sweet corn. That one batch didn't do very well, so I've started some more off, which is that variety, Incredible F1. They seem to be popping through really well, so I'm pleased about that. So I've got some more growing. So we've got lots of lettuce and cucumber. I've got a lot of potting up to do next week. That's one of my other plans next week, to do all potting up. I wanted to get my plot cleared this week, which I've managed to do. So that was my main job this week. And I've got some more sweet corn. I absolutely love sweet corn. It's one of the best things you can grow. So yeah, I've got plenty of tomatoes to be potting up, and everything is growing well. Lots of marigolds, so that'll be a lot of colours for the plot. Apparently you can put marigolds near your tomato plants as well, because it helps ripen them. So that's one thing as well. More courgettes and squash. They all need potting up as well, as they're getting too big for them. And these, oh, they're just starting to pop through. I thought they might be fake plants, to be honest. The chocolate cherry tomato plants. I've never grown them before. Has anybody grown them before? Let me know, so that I'm trying them. I should have planted them a bit earlier, but it's a bit later than usual. But they will grow, and they should hopefully get fruit on, and we'll see if they taste the chocolates. Somehow I don't think they will. But yeah, I've got plenty growing in this side. Down at the bottom I've got all my cabbages and my cauliflowers, my lettuce, which is cut and come again lettuce. I've grown some iceberg one as well, because I like iceberg lettuce. But yeah, I've got lots more tomatoes. I grow plenty of different varieties, because the variety is the spice of life. Some geraniums. I've never grown geraniums before, so it's a new one to me. I thought I'd give them a shot. I bought the seeds cheap in the Wilkinson's sale at the end of the year. All my sunflowers, they're going to do fantastic on my plot. Hopefully get lots of bees on the plot, and I'll be able to eat the seeds as well once they're done. Red kale. I've never tried red kale before. They're doing fantastic. I lost one there, but I always do more plants than I need, because just in case you do lose them. Lots of runner beans. I'm going to have runner beans all the way down the sides of my plots, growing up the chicken wire. Runner beans are delicious, and everyone in my family loves them, so I'll be sharing plenty of runner beans with them. Pumpkins, they all need potting up, and dahlias. They'll all need potting up. I'm growing more sunflowers. I'm going to have absolutely loads of colour on my plot. Fingers crossed this year. Fingers crossed it'll be the best it's ever looked. That's my iceberg lettuce. And if you're following all my melon, how my melons are doing, those are my watermelons and those are my cantaloupe melons. So yeah, they're doing fantastic. And everything else up there, beetroot, onions, plenty is going on. So that is how it's all looking, and nothing particular in my melon side of the shed. That's what I extended last week. This is where I'm going to grow all my melons because it's going to be absolutely boiling. Well, it is boiling now in here, but I've got a specified melon area to grow all my melons on my plot. So as I said, I've got a specified melon area on my plot because I grew melons last year, cantaloupe melons, and they were fantastic. I only grew about 2 or 3 plants, and I thought, wow, I've managed it. I thought I'll try them. I've never tried growing them before. I didn't think they'd grow, and they did. So this year I built the extra part onto my shed to grow them in and to get quite a few plants growing, as they were absolutely delicious. If I could have a melon every day, that would be fantastic, and I'd be so happy with that. And melons, as you know, are quite expensive. So if I can grow my own melons, that would be absolutely fantastic. I'd absolutely love that. So that has been my tour this week down on the allotment and garden. I hope you've enjoyed it. As you can see, everything is progressing really well. I'm not going to be planting anything out until a couple of weeks, until the chance of frost is gone. But we'll be showing you again around next week down on the allotment. So make sure you stay tuned for that one. And we'll see if we've got all my jobs done for painting all my beds up, getting my paths laid, and a lot more potting up of all my plants. So make sure you click that subscribe button to get notified when I post new videos, and click that bell as well because it sends you a message as well when I've uploaded a video, just in case you miss it. Check out the link below. You can now subscribe to my daily newsletters where I share tips and advice every single day. So check out that link below and my website, and feel free to follow my Facebook page as well. I've put that at the bottom, so then you can see all my live videos when I'm down here on the allotment, and come and say hello. It's always good to see my followers, and thank you for watching. So until next time everybody, remember, keep gardening. Well, that's the end of the week down on the allotment. It's back to work tonight. It's been an absolutely glorious week. Quite a few of my flatmates have been saying how much overtime I'm getting down here on the allotment rather than the lockdown pale colour. Thankfully we can still come to the allotment site so I can still enjoy the sunshine. So I hope you've all enjoyed the live videos. It's very good to see everybody and to say hello to everybody and just show you around my plot and show you what I'm doing. It encourages me as well as encouraging you. It encourages me to actually do some work down here rather than just sitting back and relaxing. So yeah, I do enjoy the live videos. But we'll have a little bit of fun as it's a VE day today. Do you have jam first on your scones, or do you have cream first on your scones? Let me know in the comments below. I think it's an up north thing that we have jam first, and we obviously call them scones rather than scones. So yeah, let me know in the comments below, and I hope you all have a fantastic weekend, and I'll see you back down here live on Tuesday next week. Have a great weekend everybody, and remember, keep gardening.